And so, part 2. Or whatever.
Number 4. The Nice Guys. I was in hysterics from start to finish. In fact, I actually ruptured several major organs because I was laughing so hard. This film is basically what would have happened if Jim Abrams and the Zucker brothers had directed LA Confidential by way of Boogie Nights.
Gun! Shit!
Ryan Gosling is always awesome. Russell Crowe has his best role in years. And newcomer Angourie Rice is an actress whose star deserves to rise very, very high.
Promise me you'll get them.
Yeah, I promise.
Pinky promise?
Number 3. Captain America: Civil War. I was so glad that this film bore little resemblance to its source material. It distilled the most interesting and entertaining parts of that concept into a muscular story about vigilantism and loyalty and supremely awesome fight scenes at airports. I didn't like how the introduction of Spider-Man slammed the brakes on everything, but other than that, I thought this was going to go the distance. This was going to hold the number 1 spot. But then this came out. Number 2. The Girl with All the Gifts. I've wondered if I would have ranked this so highly had I not already been a fan of Mike Carey's original novel. The answer is yes. Carl McCarthy's adaptation is a startling achievement. The cinematography is incredible, but not as incredible as the Oscar-worthy sound design. Glenn Close puts her formidable talent front and centre. Newcomer Senia Nanawa shines, and Gemma Arterton finally convinces me that she's an actress worth taking seriously. This is mature and sophisticated filmmaking of the highest order. It's heartwarming, it's heartbreaking, it's horrifying. In fact, in of itself, this is actually the best film of 2016. So why isn't it number 1? That's because the metrics I use to assess movies also take into account the experience overall and the lasting effect that it has on me. And my number 1 choice changed my opinion of an entire franchise. But before that, let's do some honourable mentions. Parallel. This is an obscure romantic drama which came through the movie blogger forums. It's essentially Sliding Doors, except it's darker, it's edgier, and it's vaguely watchable. Definitely fall under lesser known gem. High Rise. This film was nudged out of the top 10, largely because it ultimately left me feeling kind of cold. Kind of like the J.G. Ballard novel it's based on. I'm still glad that the UK is making films like this though. The Danish Girl. Pulled its punches too much, which is a shame because the topic of it is so interesting and significant. It's pure Oscar bait, which is appropriate because it does justify my opinion that Alicia Vikander is the best actress working today, even if she can't do American accents. Shura, Nothing's Real. This isn't even a film, and just thinking about this album makes me so happy. Doctor Strange. It's great. That's literally all I can come up with. And so, number 1. Objectively, The Girl with All the Gifts is a better film, and by quite some margin I would say. But I don't just look for quality, I also look for impact. As a kid, I got into films because I recognised their potential to change how I think and feel about the world. Almost as if they possess some kind of abstract and hard to divine force, if you will. The Girl with All the Gifts is a masterpiece. Rogue One put a bomb under me. Gareth Edwards has given me the Star Wars film I've always wanted. One which actually gets to the meat of a Star War. Removing the white hats from some of the rebels shows enormous respect for the audience, as does the amped up level of violence which seriously strains this film's certificate. And on a simpler level, there were just so many fight scenes and set pieces which left me with a sense of awe and childlike glee. The special effects were phenomenal, and the use of CGI to resurrect Peter Cushing was an audacious gamble which supremely paid off. Felicity Jones completely justified her place front and centre. Diego Luna was great as the world-weary and conflicted Captain Andor. Donnie Yen pretty much stole every scene he was in. K2SO stole pretty much every scene he was in.
The captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
Thanks.
In fact, he was my favourite character. I will take Alan Tudyk's sarcastic, trigger-happy droid over this mincing twerp any day of the week. I've seen a few critics say that the film had really poor dialogue. I refer your honour back to K2SO. There were others who said that the film played it too safe. Played it safe. The Leia cameo didn't work. But Peter Cushing came back from the dead. Darth Vader goes on this asymmetrical massacre, which pretty much gave me an erection. Oh, and also spoilers. Everybody dies!
So you understand?
I understand.
The fact that I've dedicated so much of this video to Rogue One goes some way to explain why it's at number 1. For me, this is the anti-Neon Demon, a film which has given me so much to chew on, but has had the decency to be entertaining and watchable. I think it's also a good justification why I'm resentful of organisations like The Guardian, who actually published their films lists in November. I saw this on the 30th of December. If I hadn't waited, I would have missed it, which is a shame because this was a great way to round off 2016 and hopefully a great setup for 2017. So, have a good one.